Hi there! Welcome to the Explorers Guild. Adventures are welcome along. We are going on a 15-minute adventure sightseeing tour with me, Millie. We're going to be going to see a few more cold weather biomes like we were last week. We still have more than just what we're doing this week, but I had some surprises that I found. Spoiler alert, we're going to be going through how to find an igloo in the snowy plains biome, and I have a weird little village that I found that intrigued me. So it's a very strange little thing. It's going to be about midway through the video, so I hope you join me on that adventure and come on along and we're going to have some fun. Our next biomes that is kind of overlooked are the snowy plains biomes. They're very flat, they're very snowy. You've got to watch out for pitfalls. Sometimes snow will form on the surface and you can fall right through it. And it's usually like a single layer of snow, kind of like the sand behind me. Like this. So there'll be like just this layer of sand and it'll be covering a hole. So if you're ever running through one of these biomes, they can be very easily like hiding a hole in here somewhere. Like there could be a hole here and then you go like this and you just fall through. So always be careful of that. Always be careful of more polar bears. But there are oftentimes really cool things in these biomes. I don't know why I picked up sugarcane there. Igloos can spawn in these biomes, and they can be the igloo type that has a villager that needs a zombified villager that needs healed. So these are the places you can usually find them. I've found them in this sort of biome, and I've also found them at like some of the bases of some of these snowy taiga hill type areas. And then once in a while they'll spawn somewhere near a village. They're very rare. You know, let's say they're super, super rare. They're not as rare as, say, a woodland mansion. They're usually pretty obvious when you spot one. Maybe. Let's check that out. Sometimes spawn in the weirdest places, and it looks odd because they're like just snow. Now, there can be fake igloos that don't have the thing underneath them. There is a way to tell. Okay, so this is one of your igloos. I can't believe I just found one. When I'm explaining to you, I had not found this before. I was heading to the ice spikes. So this one here, and it looks like this one's kind of facing an odd direction. The idea is you have this torch, and if you light this furnace, it'll blow out this, it'll melt this ice, and it'll wash out the carpet to give you a trapdoor. I can't believe I found one like immediately like this. So this is an igloo. So I'm gonna put that there for now. This has a trapdoor and it leads down and there's water down here. So hopefully things haven't been washed out for us. I hear the zombie villager. He's still alive in here somewhere, even though it's all waterlogged. Water source block somewhere. Okay. See if we can get rid of it. Be a waterlogged stair. Let's see if we can get rid of it. Come on. Oh my. Ah. 2 waterlogged stairs? Very bizarre. Never seen one of these before. Okay. There we are. Okay. Zombify, fix a zombie. So it basically has 2 villagers. Ordinary villager, zombified villager. It has two little arrows that point either direction, and then there's hints. You've never seen one of these before. There's gonna be a splash potion of weakness. It's a very base weakness potion. It's a minute 30. It's gonna have the potion brewing stand. It's gonna have a cauldron, and it's always gonna have a golden apple in it somewhere. And here it is. And then some other different little bits and pieces that can assist you in your journey to be able to kill more zombies in the future. We don't need that stuff. We don't need that stuff. So what you do is take this splash potion of weakness, your apple, get rid of some stuff so he can break down this wall. So he's gonna be, like, upset. So he's actually focused on this guy. Then you throw that at him, and then you eat. Now, here's the thing. This is kind of like the basement to tell you how it's done. And I kind of wonder if it's... I don't know. There's lore to this. Like, they have... Everybody has their own idea of the lore. But to get them out of here is so hard that I usually just leave them. So, bye! I've already healed one of your kind. I hope you'll have a great life down here in this cage. And whoever put you here comes back for you. Okay, bye! So if you happen to find one of these things, it might... If you have it near your base, excellent. You can have 2 zombies. You can make this into a really excellent villager farm. You can dig it all out and put a villager farm down there and trade with them. And, you know, or you could let the one zombie out to zombify the other dude and then heal them both at the same time. And then, you know, make a farm down there and make a breeder and then send them up a bubble elevator. That would be something you could do. But you know what? These guys can just stay here. I did take a screenshot of the location, and I know where they are, and they're like right across the river from ice spikes. So if I decide to come back for that guy, I will. Otherwise, we will leave him there and get back onto our adventure to the ice spikes biome. Our next biome, and this one is the tiniest ice spike biome I have ever seen, is behind me here. So as the sun goes down, we can look at them real quick. Ice spikes biomes are usually a little larger than this. This is not the smallest one I've seen. I have literally seen one where it's one spike. They are a little differently built than the spike, like the original spike we had. For the frozen ocean, your spawn is a little different than this. Oftentimes they can do these weird, like, tower formations, and they're always built a little differently. So you can always see a lot of blue ice, a lot of compacted ice in these. I think they're all blue. Let me make sure here. Packed ice. So they're all packed ice. Just, they range in different various shapes and sizes. As I said, this is the smallest one I've ever seen. They do tend to go a little bit bigger, but they always show up in a nearby, like the very large prairies, the frozen tundras kind of areas. The ice spike biomes are one of the rarer biomes in the game, not the rarest. Obviously, there are some other interesting rare biomes out there, but when you come across one of these, they are pretty stunning. They're like, you don't see them so often that they're like, another ice spikes biome. No, you kind of just stop and kind of ponder them a little bit, especially when they're up against like a prairie and like just it dead stops in a warmer temp like areas, which is or like the middle temp areas, and that's just an odd thing to me. Hi everyone, narrator Millie cutting in for a few minutes. I was on a search for a new biome called Windswept Forest or Windswept Hills or something along those lines, so I thought, These look kind of windswept and kind of weird looking. Maybe I should investigate them. And then I saw what I see behind me here. Paths. And then I didn't build this. I maybe there's a village up here? I wanted to record as I saw this because it's such a weird thing that I wanted to share it with you. And then something over there. So let's see if we can figure out a way to get up here. This path leads to nowhere. And yes, I have been using my shovel, but not this. This is not me. There's gotta be a village, but how in the world did they get up here? The natives in this world are so odd. Obviously, I can't speak their language. They're very mumbly. More path, okay. There's one now. Wearing something very unusual. Hello? Hi, sir. Is this your village? This yours? You're wearing very cold weather clothing, and this is not a very cold weather place. I mean, that is. Oh, hello. This is a village. Forest? There's a taiga village here. And look at this ice sculptures. Have these really neat ice sculptures, and their bell overlooks all this cold weather, but you know what? They're smart. They've actually built... Uh-oh. These guys are hanging out in the cave. They built in the warmer area of the mountain. Oh, it's an igloo. Blue ice, compacted ice, packed ice. Got a nice furnace. Wanted you all to see this very unique structure, and there's still path up there. I wonder if they get up there, if there's another building up there. This might be a good view. Be able to see what's going on. Let's see if we can make our way up. Difficult climb. I don't know how they do it. Oof. Oh. There's a farm up here on the very top. Well, that's smart. They have their light. I guess to keep, you know, from snow. Pretty warm up here. Ah, neat buildings. Sheep. Another lamp. Strangest village that I have seen. I think that might be the very first village. I didn't bring my binoculars, but I think that's the very first village I stumbled onto. We aren't very far away from spawn at all. We're just to the west. We're to the west, directly west, and there's a kitty cat. Oh, it's a jelly cat. It's a scarf cat. Anyway, I just wanted to burst in real quick and show you this weird, strange taiga village that I found. So the next icy biome, and I did not mean to do all the icy biomes kind of all in a row here, but this fella, I believe, is a Snowy Peaks. So we're gonna head over this way and see if that is what it is, but it is huge, and this thing is majestic. So pretty. It looks so much like real mountains. Now, I have never been to a place that has, like, super high mountains. Now, these aren't, like, super high. These aren't Alp mountains, necessarily. They're kind of, like, near where I live in the United States, the Appalachian Mountains. Like, they're tall, but they're worn down with time. They're not super spiky peaks. They don't have snow all year round, usually. They are more or less climbable or drivable. This one has a goat friend up there. As I was walking home from the mountain, I discovered the smallest snowy biome I have ever seen, and is considered a snowy slopes. But it is literally just these blocks. Now, right next to a pillager tower. But this is the smallest snowy slopes I think I've ever seen. But I just, like, you go walk back and forth. It's probably maybe 100 blocks long, maybe not even that much. Right at the base, like way down through here, there's all this prairie and meadows and some forest and this pillager tower. And then there's this, randomly in the middle. Now, do not worry, we will be hitting up these pillager towers soon. They occasionally have these icy peaks. I wonder if this is still the same thing. So then it goes up to a frozen peak. So now we have 2 more under our belt here. This is our original frozen river and our frozen lake. And then the original village we found is way over there. So it's not too far away from spawn. In fact, we could probably see spawn from the top of this. Yep, there it is right there. There is spawn right there. So if you are playing along on this seed, this is where we're at. Above on the snowy slopes, the icy peaks. There's goats. Thank you so much for joining me. And if you have reached this part of the video, thank you. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate you joining me. I have fewer than 20 subscribers at this point, so I would love you to be part of our Adventures Guild and an explorer. I'm sure you're an explorer if you're watching this. Would love to have you along. I do answer all the comments that are left in my comment sections because, you know, I only have a couple. So let me know if there's any other biomes you'd like me to explore. I am going to go through all of them eventually. So come along and watch any of the videos that you might find interesting, that you find that you would like to learn more about. And I will see you next week. Bye!